Hey Stash fans, welcome to the Mully Stash Show. Fleck and I are taking a road trip. We just got to Baton Rouge. We're at the LSU campus. This campus looks really nice. It looks a lot better than some of the campuses in New Orleans, and some of the houses around are pretty nice too. I've never actually been to this campus. I did look at going to grad school here, but they didn't offer what I'm in grad school for now. So, yeah, Fleck and I are taking a road trip. There's something up here we wanted to see, maybe a little surprise. It might be a new chapter to the Mully Stash Show, but I don't want to say anything yet. We want to go check it out. On a more darker side, you can notice Fleck's face is kind of messed up. He had a biopsy yesterday. And so it turns out he has a terminal cancer, and they gave him about 2 months to live. So that's one of the reasons we're up here. I'm trying to spend every second I can with him. So we figured we'd take a road trip, because it's something I've been thinking about for some time, and with this news it just seemed like a good time. But also he's got 8 staples in the side of his face from the biopsy, and I don't want to leave him with the other dogs and have them lick him out or whatever. But I'm not trying to make this a sad video. I'm torn up over this. But anyway, well, we'll talk more about Fleck at another time. Anyway, so we're up here. We need to go check something out, and we will go. So we're up here. We will. So we just got here, and we are going to go check something out, and we will keep you guys informed. All right. Hey, Stash fans, welcome back. Ugh. I'm trying to set up the phone and not hit Fleck's face. I don't want them staples to get bumped. Every time I bump those, he lets out a little scream. And I try not to bump him, but sometimes he turns his head into me. Or when he rests his head on the seat, I try to pull the towel up. I don't know. Anyway, so good news, the surprise is turning out, and you guys will see it kind of shortly. I know it seems weird because I'm recording this video in steps, so probably within 10 seconds you'll see it. But to kind of give a little hint at the surprise, registration for vehicles in Louisiana is ridiculous. I mean, just for the title was $70. Stash fans, I don't know if my phone's gonna shut off. I'm trying to talk about the surprise, and the phone keeps overheating. It keeps shutting off. I had it plugged in and using the GPS, because it turns out in Louisiana, notaries aren't free like they are in other states, and banks don't have notaries, because apparently notaries have the same powers as a lawyer, except for the whole representing in church and giving legal advice. But other than that, they can do wills, they can marry, they can do all sorts of these powers, because apparently they're OG in Louisiana. So with the $30 notary fee, and the $70-some title fee, and the sales tax, and then just the fees of the kind of like not the DMV, but like one of those quick title places, my surprise is costing $170-some just to get a title in my name. And it's not even a license plate, because it's not ready for a license plate yet. And also you have to insure it before you license it, but I'm not going to license it until it's ready to be on the road. So now you know my surprise, kind of, but you don't know what about it, so I'm excited. I'm about to pick it up from running around. I'm back, trying to find a way out of New Orleans. If you hear that heavy panting, that's Fleck. He's got his face right below camera height here, and he's very hot. I got the air conditioner blowing at him. So you can see in the background my new surprise, finally revealed, my new toy. I think, and I should know, but it's a 2007, I think. 2007 genuine Stella. Shit. There's kind of a lack of signs right here, and I just turned into the Courtyard Marriott parking lot instead of the interstate on-ramp. Oh well, story of my life. So yeah, I think it's a 2007. I'm pretty sure that's the year. It's got about 5,000 miles or so. You can't really see the odometer because it's been weathered, sitting under the sun, like the crystal over it. But yeah, so that's it. Haven't gave it a name yet. It's kind of a working project. He says it hasn't ran in 7 months. I don't know. It's probably been longer, knowing people who sell stuff on Craigslist. But just say it is 7 months. That's no big deal. The engine hasn't been seized, but there's apparently a problem with the transmission shifting. He thinks it's the cable that connects the shifter to the gearbox. I'm not so sure, because when I turned the shifter, I saw the thing moving, but when I pulled the clutch, nothing was happening. So I think the clutch is actually disengaged. Hopefully it's that, and hopefully it doesn't need a new gearbox. But apparently the engine has already been rebuilt, has a new cylinder put in, because I guess it seized due to a leak in the oil tank. I don't know. I got it for really, really cheap. In fact, I spent quite a bit trying to get the title. It was close to $200 to get the title and stuff in, and that's pretty close to what I paid for the whole thing. So, wow. Anyway, it's going to be a fun new project, and for a long, long time, I've been wanting to. Oh, excuse my blinker. For a long, long time, I've been wanting to do a motorcycle build on the Mully Stash Show, and I've been looking and looking, and I haven't found anything I could. But then I thought, okay, I saw the scooter, and I'm really excited about the scooter because it's a two-stroke. It's a 150cc two-stroke, and that's kind of cool because two strokes kind of give out more power for the equivalent size of a four-stroke power. Not as fuel efficient, but that's cool. And it's also a manual transmission, and you don't really see manual transmissions much more on scooters. It's a genuine Stella. It's made in India. I think that's right. But it's modeled after the Vespa PX150, so many Vespa parts will fit the Stella. That's kind of good and bad. The good part is that I'll find parts for it. The bad part is, since they're Vespa parts, they're probably going to cost more than equivalent genuine parts. But I've been talking to the guy for a couple of days now, and we've been talking about the problems, and I've been looking parts up. And there isn't a lot of genuine Stella parts because they don't make the Stella anymore available, but genuine's still in business. And I don't know if they make the Vespa model like that anymore, but I'm sure they've made them for how many years, 30, 40 years, that they should have plenty of parts available. So I talked the guy down to about 50% of what he was asking for it. He had a brand new, he says, in-box exhaust, but then when I got there, he said that exhaust had like 1,700 miles, so I don't know if it was new or not. And he had like a cover, and it was a nice cover, but he didn't include the cover or the exhaust for the price I paid. And that's okay. I wouldn't have mind, I don't care about the exhaust. I wouldn't mind the cover because it was just a nice heavy-duty cover, not one of those cheap ones you find at like Harbor Freight. But for the price, it was really cheap, can't complain. So hopefully it wasn't too good to be true when I say it was really cheap. Alright, Stash fans, finally made it to the house. I am not sure how I'm going to get this beast out of here. I got some ramps, and I looked up the specs, and the bike's 240 pounds, and the ramps are pretty long. Hold on. I just heard my dog howl out, so I had to go check on him. Apparently he's real tender, obviously. But I think the other dogs are trying to lick where he had the biopsy done. It's got to be painful. And then they said that cancer tumor is right where that nerve cluster is, the trigeminal nerve in the face, so no bueno. I'm kind of hoping me and him can work on this project together so we can spend some time together, and I hope this thing will get my mind off of him. Anyway, so don't know how we're going to get it out. It's just me here, and I can't lift 240 pounds. Alright, Stash fans, so now that I'm all greasy, I'll grab my phone and show you. And I have the bike pulled down right now. I was checking some stuff out, so I will flip the camera around in a little bit. But my neighbor came and helped me get it out of my truck because I couldn't find my old snatch block. And then he's like, "Does it run?" I'm like, "I don't know. You know, I know the engine's not C." So I kicked it a few times and it didn't start. I'm like, "Wait a second, let me check the gas tank." So I opened the gas tank and it's dry. Well, there's varnish, which happens when gas sits. But I said, "Hey, I have a gas can." So I went and got prepared for the hurricane. So I threw, I don't know, half a gallon in. Screwed with the choke. And the choke on this bike is funny because you don't just pull it out. You got to like hold it out, and it's like spring loaded. I don't know if that should be that or not, but you give it a couple turns of the gas and a couple kicks and it starts. So I don't want to run it too much till I go through the engine because I see all this oil down here leaking out of it. There wasn't any oil puddles when I got it where it was sitting, and it could be the gearbox leaking because he said it doesn't shift. But my neighbor was thinking that when we leaned it back to get it out, that oil was the burnt oil that just dripped out of the exhaust. So I'm hoping that's it. So we'll see. And let me flip the camera around and give you a little walkthrough real quick. Alright, Stash fans, this is the 2007 genuine Stella. It's modeled after the Vespa PX 150. I think it's the PX. I'll have to confirm. They're made in India, and they were pretty much just copied off the Vespa, so the Vespa parts work. You can see it's kind of in rough shape, kind of dirty, needs a good bath. This is how it would shift. You pull the clutch in here and then it would shift this way, which it's not doing, so something's going on. Front brake, rear brake pedal down here, and you can't see this, so we're guessing it has, I don't know, about 5,000 miles on it is what they estimate from this side. So the tires are new, and here's the spare, the battery. And on the other side, here's the engine. So he said the cylinder was replaced. He said initially it came with a 5-port, but they replaced it with a 3-port, which wouldn't make sense. I don't know. Carburetor's under here. It's kind of hard to get back here, but the gearbox is down here. This is supposedly where the problem is. This cable's not helping it shift. I'm not sure. Here's the Kickstarter, and then it came with kind of a box of parts. It came with a mirror, part of the kickstand, some brand new cables. It came with a brand new shock for the back, down there it's wedged, and the old cylinder. So let me get it buttoned up so you can see what it looks like. So kind of hard to see. It's in a bad spot to do a walk around. But this is kind of what it looks like. So it's going to be, just for now, a project I'm going to get running. And if I ever restore it, I might, to get under here, you put the gas and the oil. Since it's a 2-stroke, you put oil in separately and it mixes together. Oh, and I forgot to put the body things on. Kind of go like that. I don't know, little bumpers. It's whatever. So, Stash fans, there you have it. It's going to be a fun project to work on. Spend some time with my boy in the garage, out of the sun. Of course, it's hot, so that sucks. But we're going to get this thing going, have some fun with it. I guess since it's the start of the show. There we go. I know I have all these stuff in the back preparing for the hurricane. I had to get sandbags and stuff and wheels to hold everything down. I I raised a lot of the stuff off the garage floor, put it on wheels. So kind of messy. I'll clean that up a little bit. But they gave us the sandbags, and they said we have to keep them, so I don't know what to do with all the sandbags. Anyway, it's going to be a fun project for me and Fleck to work on. Right now, I'm just going to get it going so I can use it as a daily driver. Eventually, I might restore it. We'll see. And if I do, I'm going to record every step of the way, and I'm going to try to record every step of the way of fixing it up. So that should be exciting. But you know, I thought it's perfect because Fleck, he's always had a red collar since he was a puppy, and you know, it's a red bike. And Fleck is German for spot because he has like one big spot on the side of his body, and this has one big spot on its side. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to get too dark. There you have it, and I will get some more videos as I go, as I fix it up and get it running. So until next time.